This question looks easy, and that is why it tricked most people. So most people didn't solve this. And actually, this problem is presented as an IQ test. It needs deep critical thinking to solve, and it is not as obvious as it may seem. So what is half of 2 plus 2? The answer is not 2, and I will show you why. And I will show you a scenario where the answer would actually be 2. So pay attention and close any distractions. So guys, most people look at this problem and they see half of 2 plus 2. And they rush and they add 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. And half of 4, which is 4, divided by 2, is equal to 2. So the answer must be 2, they say. But they are wrong. The answer is not 2. If you analyze this question critically, and most students fail to analyze and identify these kinds of problems, you will see why. So first, I will show you the logical way to solve the problem, and why the answer is not 2. And then I will show you the mathematical way so that you fully understand, and we will express this in mathematics to clarify the question.
So why is the answer not 2? Actually, the answer is 3, and here is the reason. The question says, what is half of 2 plus 2? So half of 2 is actually 1, and 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So the answer is actually 3, and this is the logic behind it. And this is why the answer is not 2. So most people would argue that, well, I understand half of 2 plus 2. I just understand it that way, that 2 plus 2, half of it is going to be 2, and I understand it that way. And I didn't know if the question was trying to refer to it the way I do. But they are wrong, once again, because the question is a math expression, and we are going to solve it mathematically. The question clearly did not separate the 2 plus 2. It just writes them from left to right. So to express this mathematically, we can say 1 over 2, which refers to half, 1 over 2 times 2 plus 2. So this is the mathematical expression of the equation. Okay?
So here is where most people get it wrong. They add 2 plus 2 first, and that is wrong because of the order of operations. So if you are familiar with the order of operations, you may already understand this. But for those of you who don't understand it, the order of operations tells us what operation to do first. The order states that parentheses should be the first operation we solve, and then exponents, and then multiplication and division. Multiplication and division are the same priority, so we do whichever comes first from left to right. They are on the same priority, so they are third priority. And then addition and subtraction. So this acronym is called PEMDAS, and this is the short word we use for the order of math operations. So the first is parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. So this is the correct way to do math. So here, as you can see, we have a multiplication here. 1/2 times 2 should be solved first before the addition, because multiplication has a higher priority than addition. So that is the way.
So 1/2 times 2 is equal to just 1, right? You can do this 2 ways. 1/2 times 2 means 0.5 times 2, which is 1. The other way is to multiply the top and bottom numbers directly. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 over 2 is 1. So whichever way you do it, the answer is 1. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3.
So this is the answer and the correct way to solve the problem.
But the answer would be 2 if there were parentheses. So if the question said, what is half of parentheses 2 plus 2 close parentheses, well, now there is a different scenario. Because the 2 plus 2 is inside parentheses, so we have to solve them first. They are grouped, right? They are grouped together inside the parentheses, and we have to solve them first. So 2 plus 2 is 4, and half of 4 is going to be 2. And this is going to be the answer if there is a parentheses. So this is the problem and the solution. If you got it right from the start, you are great at math, so keep it up. And if you didn't get it, that is okay. Most people miss these kinds of details and don't solve it, so it is okay for you as well. Thank you for watching up to this point. I will see you in the next video. Bye.